What's good? What's good? Welcome to Third Coast Sports TV. I'm your host, Wink, and today I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this post game reaction live for the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams post thoughts interview. Man, this shit was trash. This whole game was trash. Um, I don't understand like why it had to be dragged out as long as it did. Chrissy, yeah, it was easy. The game was easy, bro. Chris C, the game was easy, bro. You know why it was easy? Because fucking you know why it was easy? Because fucking Jared Goff couldn't deliver. It was easy in too many facets. Like they couldn't move the ball, they couldn't do anything the entire game. The run game was trash. The game was sorry as fuck. Like this is what happens when the right teams don't win and they end up making it to the Super Bowl. The Saints had every reason to be in this football game. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Some comments I can't see. So shout out to Dead Ninja, uh, Kenneth. I can't see a comment in between Kenneth, Dre D, James Harden, Jose, Sean Real Live, Danny, all the dialogue, man. Just shout out to everybody that's in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that, y'all smash that like button, man. This game was complete trash. The Saints would have had or provided a much better game across the board. Now I will give the Rams defense um, and Wade Phillips a lot of credit because I mean, let's just face it. They did everything they could to make sure that Tom Brady was uncomfortable. He was getting off his spot, and they made sure that they put this man in situations where he was inaccurate and he was caught and were causing mistakes early. The corners played very well. The pass rush did as good as they could, but they started becoming ineffective after that first quarter when they took away Ndamukong Suh, Fowler, and Aaron Donald. They were pretty much non-existent the rest of the game. The commercials for this game were absolutely trash. I didn't see any good movie theaters. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, Tom Brady. If Tom Brady don't retire tonight, then it just means that Giselle's pussy game is so trash. She don't know how to keep a man at home. That's exactly what that means. If this man plays another season, if he gives any of the fans any of that bullshit that he's 42 and he can end up playing till he's 45, then I just know he hates his wife and he doesn't want to be home. He's a workaholic and he doesn't care about pussy. That's just how I feel about it. Because at this time, what have you proven, and what quarterback is going to be able to come in and do what you did over the time period that you did it in this National Football League against some of the best teams that have been assembled? So it is no reason for this man to be sitting here trying to play another season. Let these young bulls, man, let these young guys go ahead and prove that they can go ahead and get something done. I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady. I'm tired of Tom Brady being in the discussion. I'm glad he won only from the standpoint of what I just said. This means hopefully he retires. And if he retires, then it means more than likely Gronk will retire because why would Gronk want to play with any other um, quarterback other than Tom Brady? It just makes no sense to me. Um, Roman, what's good? Danny, what's good? Appreciate everybody that's came through. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. I can't even see none of the likes that y'all got in if y'all have liked the video. You know what I'm saying? Jay, what's good? This game was absolutely horrible. Like from beginning to the end, man. I was on Twitter, man. I stopped y'all. Yeah, if y'all were in the live stream that I was doing, because I live streamed the start of this game all the way until the end of the halftime show, and I cut this game off. Like everybody that shout out to El Guapo and everybody who held it down with me. You know what I'm saying in the live stream when I was live streaming the game because I had talking to everybody in the live chat was much better than anything that was going on in this football game. The refs they showed early with that bullshit. I knew early on in the game, along with everybody else in the first quarter, when the Patriots had ended up extending the drive due to a bullshit personal foul call, and then they called it on the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? It was a tackle that Roby had put on Julian Edelman, and I was just like, once I saw that, I knew this game was over. You know what I'm saying? It took, Gostowski. I don't know what's up with that dude, but he didn't miss. He been missing kicks. He played like trash. I almost thought he was gonna end up missing the game winning field goal at the very end. But shout out to Julian Edelman and Gronkowski because they balled the hell out. You know, Tom Brady, this was not his best game, but he didn't need to have his best game. Stephen Gilmore and a lot of dudes on that defense, especially in the defensive front, with what they were doing to the Rams' defensive line, was just And the Rams had one of the better O lines in the league, and they were getting trashed. Like dudes was running stunts. They had, dual edge pressures. Dudes was running in the A and B gaps like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So Jared Goff, I knew he was overrated from the get go. I don't care if it's any Rams fans in here. Good shout out to y'all. At least y'all got to go to a Super Bowl. It's only two teams who got to go, and it was the Patriots and the Rams. So shout out to y'all. But I always knew y'all were gonna end up getting exposed sooner than later, and it ended up happening later. In front of everybody. So shout out to y'all for trying to hold on for dear life. I don't know exactly what Sean McVay was doing this game. This was not one of his best games in terms of how he chose to scheme and call plays. I put a lot of the blame on him for that. I put a lot of blame on him for not running the ball early and running the ball down the Patriots' throats early on. They shown vulnerabilities, and they could have easily been taken and been off balance, had they run the ball properly. But leave it to Bill Belichick to figure out a good game plan against Jared Goff. And I said taking away Jared Goff would easily before this game even started. I said taking away Jared Goff would easily win you this game because the moment that he became inaccurate, he was erratic in the pocket, he was missing throws, and he was just throwing dumbass passes. I knew once you took him away, I felt that Todd Gurley early on wasn't even going to be that much of a factor. I mean, and I didn't even know he was hurt before this game even happened. You so tight you lost $10, bro. It's $10. You make that up, bro. I'm pretty sure you got that in the couch somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But Marcus Peters and a couple other guys on the Rams defense. The Rams defense is where you got to give it to him. Wade Phillips did everything that he could, and he held this team to 3 points for 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? It's not on Wade Phillips. It's not on this defense. Anybody who goes out and blames this Ram defense for allowing Tom Brady to win this game, bro, y'all don't watch football. And it was clearly on Jared Goff, that offensive line. Sean McVay, he had poor clock management, but it's clear he's from the Andy Reid tree because he didn't run the ball effectively. You had two guys that could tote the rock, and I know he's a better play caller, and I've seen his schematics, and the man has been prolific all season, but you choose until the very last game when you can't play until next week to wet the fucking bed. That just goes to show you that some of these coaches and some of these teams, they get gassed up because of what they do, early on in the season. They play a couple of good games, beat a couple of good teams, but when it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to what their psyche is and how they're going to perform for 4 quarters, they just proven that Tom Brady was entirely too much for him. True enough, yeah, I know the score look right. The score doesn't tell the whole story. But in terms of the way that the offense played for the Rams, it was just putrid. And anybody trying to gas the Rams up and how they played, come on, bro, you should be ashamed of yourself. They did nothing. They did nothing well other than play defense. I thought the defense was going to be the reason they lost on. So did I. So did I. I thought this game was going to be an offensive shootout. It was no reason, and this game had all the makings of being bro, they had everything going into this game to be a great fucking offensive game. And I blame Goff for those three great plays. Yeah, bro, like what did he do? I mean, he made a couple of throws. Remember the sack he took in the second half? I mean, in the second quarter when he rolled out and the bitch just stood there and then took the sack and let the defender run like right into him. He didn't even try to throw the ball away. And after the second half, bro, until the last like 3 minutes, and y'all were letting Rex Burkhead break off 26-yard runs. Like, bro, y'all not prepared, up front. You would think having Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, the defensive player of the year, that they would be able to do a lot more and put a lot more pressure. But lesser teams with lesser defenses have affected Tom Brady in a plethora of ways, getting him off of his timing, making sure that they finish and they get into the spot. Sure enough, they got a couple of sacks. Yeah, they got the strip fumble. Yeah, on the very first play, he got the damn. You figure the defense was going to be, I didn't think the defense was honestly gonna play as good as they did. They proved me wrong, but when it's all said and done, Sean McVay needs to go back to the drawing board, evaluate himself, and know what he can. And hopefully him and Jared Goff learn from this game. Hopefully, All of the guys can end up being healthy as far as the running backs go because Todd Gurley not being heavily involved in this running game early on, that set the motion, that set the tone for the entire game, and it just showed that you know these guys didn't want to do enough to win. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling, man, in this live stream. Because I'm gonna probably go for like another 5 minutes. Probably keep this to like a 15-minute video because this game was absolutely putrid. Everybody, there were women. If you didn't have at least a pound of weed on deck and you just so happened to throw a Super Bowl party, I hope you blitzed out of your mind. Like for real, I hope. I mean, anybody that had to do a line of cocaine to stay up, hey, how can I blame you? At the end of the day, I guess everybody deserves a bump after watching this boring ass Super Bowl because let's just be frank, this was the worst game of the season, and this just so happened to be played in the Super Bowl. Like literally, like I mean, you might as well get a taser, shock yourself in the nipples. You know what I'm saying? Like, have your dog bite you. You need to do everything, and you're like, you have no idea how many people I seen on Twitter posting pictures of their dogs going to sleep. If that don't let you know how whack this game was from beginning to the end, then that just goes to show you, bro. This game was lackluster. The commercials was trash. Travis Scott and the whole performances. If it wasn't for Big Boy coming out in the end, and I feel he didn't even get to perform long enough, and he from ATL. How does Maroon 5 and Travis Scott get to go in longer than one of the greatest rappers from in ATL history? You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad because I seen dudes they was talking about why they ain't let the Migos perform. You know why? Because they trash and nobody would be able to understand them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame them for that. But you would think this Super Bowl being in Atlanta, it would have been liver than what it was, and it wasn't even that live. Like I never thought like, oh, this was gonna be live. It never even gave you that aura like this was gonna end up being a good football game once it started. Y'all go ahead. I want to read some of y'all comments, man, because this game was absolutely horrible. I can't wait to see what everybody else is saying about the game. The game. You say you think it's fixed. The commissioner said he was gonna fix it, and he did. Fake. Yeah, it was early on, bro. The fix was in. Like I said, if you just joined, the fix was in on that bullshit personal foul call in the first quarter. I think that's what did it for me. So a few seconds were set. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even six rings shout it. Hey, but congratulations to the Patriots, bro. Hopefully, Giselle got some good pussy, man, to make Tom Brady stay home, forever. I mean, maybe he can go kiss his children in the mouth or something. I don't know what he likes to do on his spare time, but it's obviously not ejaculate. It obviously has nothing to do with ejaculating in his wife because she can't possibly be cutting the mustard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's into when he gets home, but what's going on, Killing Boys? Shout out to Joseph Madison, Fat Cat, Ron Finkley in the building. What's going on, big dog? Squirt, I don't know if I had gave you a shout out. Mr. Kane, uh, Texas is the name 23. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Yeah, I didn't like this game. The shit was boring. It didn't move me. It wasn't no drama at all. And in the storyline, they had this shit pegged as a rematch, bro. What rematch? This wasn't a rematch. I mean, a rematch of what? Or something that was done like 18, 20 years ago? I mean, if these dudes, this Rams fans, if y'all want to soak that up, because this team was nowhere near the greatest show on turf. I mean, they had better stars. The defense and offense was way better. And I mean, let's be real. They actually coached well and made the proper adjustments in that Super Bowl when they won, against the Tennessee Titans. So I think I'm gonna end up bringing this video to a close. If y'all like the content, like, comment, subscribe. This is Third Coast Sports TV. I'm your host, Wink. We talk sports, love sports, enjoy sports on all platforms. But until then, if y'all want to see some more content, I might end up doing another live stream as well as another give my post game thoughts tomorrow afternoon around that time. So be on the lookout. But once again, this is Third Coast Sports TV. Appreciate you guys coming through on this short time. The Super Bowl was trash.